Ready, set, go.
I'm Alex Morton.
And I'm Leah Cates, and these are the causes of the American Revolution.
In 1689, the start of the American Revolution began. It began during the French and Indian War. This war was over the North American land because American colonists were pushing into French territory. During the war, Britain required the help of the American colonists. The colonists agreed to fight in the war as long as they could defend their homes against the French and native people. Later on, the American people tried to leave to defend their homes, and the British did not allow it. It angered the colonists that they were being told what to do from a man sitting in a chair across the ocean who did not really know what was happening there. Next came the Proclamation of 1763. The Proclamation of 1763 stated that the American colonists had to stay east of the Appalachian Mountains. This preventing war with the native people. The colonists had to fight in the war to be allowed to own the land. They ignored the proclamation and caused the British to feel foolish that they could not control their own people. In 1764, the Sugar Act happened. It was an agreement to make less tax when shipping goods such as molasses. They angered the colonists with less tax, making it harder for the colonists to pay their workers and trade with other countries. The Quartering Act of 1765 was a decree made by Parliament saying that all American colonists had to support British troops in their homes. It angered colonists because it took away their right to privacy in their own homes.
In 1770, on March 5th, 5 colonists were killed by British arms. It was an exaggeration and was labeled the Boston Massacre by American press. That pressured the American colonists to fight against the British. From their perspective, it looked like the British thought that they could do whatever they wanted and nothing would happen. In 1770, on the same day as the Boston Massacre, the Intolerable Acts were decreed to take all the tax off goods to export countries. All of the taxes off the goods except for the one with the tea. In 1773, the Tea Act was the British government. The Tea Act was the British government sent a law stating that in order to help their own company, the East Indian Company, because they were struggling financially and overloading with tea. The tea was to be shipped to America and sold for low prices, so American colonies made the ships turn around. Charleston let the tea sit on the dock and rot while Boston had tighter British control. Then others, so their tea was forced to stay at the harbor on the ship. In 1773, the Boston Tea Party was a large act which American colonists protested against the Tea Act. They dumped British tea into the Boston harbor while they were dressed as Mohawk Indians. It angered the British because they were supplying the colonists with really cheap tea, and the colonists were just dumping it into the harbor to retaliate against being taxed by their own ruler. In 1776, Thomas Paine wrote a 50-page pamphlet that made a broad support for independence. Paine called King George III a royal brat. 500,000 copies were made and purchased by American colonists. This made the British really angry because it made them appear to be dumb.
A quote by one of our leading and founding fathers: "It is impossible to rightly govern a nation without God and the Bible." From George Washington. I'm Alex Morton.
And I'm Leah Cates.
Thanks for
Thanks for
watching.
watching.